In this video by ABN Painting, we're doing preparation work and spray painting brick house with wood trim. And we start our preparation work by pressure washing the house. The brick part of the house has a lot of cracks, and there is paint that is chipping off near the edges of the cracks, and we're going to remove all the paint that's peeling. We're using the wire brush attached to an angular grinder to clean up the edges of the cracks and get rid of any loose paint. This is a very noisy and dusty task, and earplugs, air filtering mask, and glasses come in very handy. There are a few areas, mostly near the foundation of the house, where the grinder will not reach, and we have to use a putty knife to remove any loose paint. To fix hairline cracks on a wood trim, we're using elastomeric patch and we apply it with a brush. There are a few medium-sized cracks in a brick, and we're using latex caulk to fix those. We're using caulking gun to squeeze the caulk out of the tube, and then using a brush we spread it evenly. This house has a lot of holes in brick, and we are going to use MH patching compound to fill those holes. We apply the compound using putty knife, and then using a wet sponge we are going to blend it in. The roof has been recently replaced, and there are a few areas on this house that would require primer. The metal edge next to the roof shingles is one of those areas, as well as some of the wood underneath the trim. And we are using Ultra Grip. It's a general purpose primer to prime the areas that have never been painted yet. We are going to get rid of any dust and dirt left by scraping the brick using a broom and a dustpan, and we'll use an air blower for any remaining dust. We run 12-inch masking paper and green tape all around the house where the brick meets the concrete to prevent the concrete from getting overspray. And when we spray paint this area, we cover the remaining part of the concrete using tarps. This is the look of the house after we finished with scraping and repairs. We apply elastomeric patch to all scraped areas using a mini roller, and that will help blend in the areas that were scraped with the rest of the brick. We continue our preparation work, masking all the windows using 1.5-inch green tape and plastic. To mask off the lights, we are using blue painter's tape first. This tape is for delicate surfaces and it has very little adhesive, and when we remove the tape after painting, it will not leave any residual glow on the light. We apply the same blue tape first to the surface of the metal gate before masking it with plastic. To the roof shingles near the trim, we apply 1.5-inch green tape, so when we spray paint the inner part of the trim, there will be no overspray left on the shingles. On the back patio we covered all the concrete using plastic, and then the remaining area including the pool deck we covered using tarps. After we finished with preparation work, we start spray painting the body of the house. When we apply the first coat of paint, we apply it from top to bottom, and when it had enough time to dry, we go back and put the second coat, applying it in different direction from side to side. Applying the second coat in a different direction helps to eliminate any lines or inconsistencies in the spray pattern left by the first coat. Using a brush, we are painting the metal edge of the trim fascia, and pop-outs around the windows. And this is the look of the house after we finished with touch-ups and cleanup.